Alrighty, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to take your email designs from Figma over to Klaviyo, exactly how to upload them, and how to make sure that they're optimized so that you're getting good deliverability and everything is all like squared away. So this is the email in question, just an example. I didn't put the footer in. We're going to do that inside of Klaviyo, but typically you want to have your footer in here as well, just so you can reference it. So this is our like fake email, for example. Imagine that this is a logo. You can see my layers over here. It might be a little bit cut off here on the side, but this is our email. So the thing with this is in your slicing is, for example, if I just uploaded, so essentially we're exporting image files. We are exporting images rather than doing HTML. You really don't need HTML. In fact, it limits you. And when you use HTML, that means like sections built directly inside of Klaviyo, where it's showing up as native text inside of the recipient's email inbox. So if somebody like actually sent an email, that's HTML because those are actually, you can like highlight all of the words there. So a lot of people will tell you you need designs with HTML. You don't, because there are some things that you can overcome it inside of this video, inside of this tutorial that I'm going to show you. But essentially we are just exporting everything as image files, and we're uploading a bunch of images into Klaviyo. So the thing with that is we need to make sure that our images are also optimized, and so they're not massive files, because if you have a massive like 2 megabyte, 3 megabyte photo in your email, that's going to take a long time to load in the customer's inbox. And then also it can be kind of spammy in the eyes of inbox providers if you're just attaching massive files to a ton of people. So this is exactly what you want to do. Again, you don't necessarily need to know all these reasons. You could just follow this guide and it's going to give you everything that you need, but figured I'd let you know. So essentially we're just exporting image files. So what we're going to do is inside of Figma, we have these tools here. And what we want to do is we want to use the slice tool. So when you click the slice tool, you're going to get this, and you just want to highlight the different sections of your email. So since we're doing image files, say for example, we just wanted to slice this whole entire thing, and we have this full thing, and we just wanted to export this, go to export, we wanted to export this. The problem with that is that there are different products here, and these need different links. The logo section should just click to the home page. This product section should link to that specific product. This product should link to that specific product. And if we just have one image, you can only attach one link per image, so we need to separate them. So instead of making this slice, we want to have a slice per link, and then also we just want to make sure that our slices aren't too big. If you have a massive slice, your file size is just going to get big. So I recommend having a maximum of 800 or so. Even then, that's a bit much, maybe more like 700 or 600. So our first slice that we're going to do is we're just going to do the logo, because when somebody clicks on the logo, we just want to take them to the main home screen. So here's what I always recommend. So you slice, we have this section, and it's going to capture that and let us export it. I always export in 2x, because if you export in 1x, if you have like a high resolution photo, it's going to become grainy. I like to always do 2x and change this to JPEG because it's a slightly smaller file. So we can export slice 1. We can just name it slice 1. You can name it logo, whatever you want. We are going to, it looks like we already have that, so we're going to say logo 1, and then boom, we created that. Now we can create another slice for this different section. We're going to do this one. So I'm just going to copy and paste this slice. So now I have slice 2, and I'm going to move it down to the edge of this one. Let's make sure it's lined up. There we go. And then let's change the size to go all the way down to here. So we can do that. We're going to export this second slice, and then we're all set there. Now let's keep doing the same for the different sections. Now, I'm not going to have a 600 size here because I want this section to be linking directly to this product. So I'm going to copy and paste this slice again, move this one down, have it line up perfectly to this one. Let's see, there we go, just like that, and then we are going to have it end right here. So we're slice 3, test, and then let's just do the same for the other products. Copy and paste, line these up, move you here, export slice 4 test, and then let's do the last one, move you here, get you right to the edge, and then right there. Slice 5 test. Boom. So now we have all our slices. Awesome. Let's upload them in Klaviyo. Not. So when you export like 2x, you're going to have massive file sizes. So we need to use an outside platform to compress our files for us. So I'm going to pull that up right now. So this is a website called iloveimg.com. It's great for compressing your images. So we can go to iloveimg.com/compress image, and this is where you upload your files, and it'll automatically compress them. So I'm going to upload these right now. Alrighty, there we go. Here are all the slices in their order, and then just going to click compress. Then we'll see how much file size we saved. So the slices were 3 megabytes before, pretty much, and then we lowered it to 600 kilobytes, which is pretty awesome. So I'm just going to download this. It's going to put it in a zip file, and then we can open it. And then, boom, we have this. And now it's in there, and we can upload that to Klaviyo. So now I'm just going to go straight to Klaviyo over here, and maybe you're familiar with Klaviyo, maybe you aren't, but we're just going to create like a fake campaign and upload this. So we're going to create a campaign, which is just one of our emails. Our emails, let's go into the whole list. Let's name this test for video. The date, that's fine. We're just doing email. Continue, select your list, newsletter. You can do whatever you want with settings. Now let's go to content, subject line, SL, preview text, PT, well copy, whatever you need to do. Then we're just going to do a drag and drop because we're dragging our images in. So we can just start blank, or you can go off template, whatever you want. I'm just going to create a blank email here. And it gave me this. So cool. Let's just delete this. Let's delete this. And then we already have a footer in for us. Usually you're going to want to create your own footer. So now we literally just want to upload our image files. So I'm just going to drag image here, and then we can upload our images. So I'm just going to duplicate this. So we have, I believe it was 5, and I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to upload these images. So here we go, just going to go first to this logo file, and then boom, our logo comes in, and then let's do the rest now. And it should be, if you have just the correct widths, it should just be super coherent and look exactly as it was in your Figma. Now, typically, if you just sent these, like these images with no HTML, then you could have some issues with deliverability if you're just sending just like a ton of images, but I'm going to show you how to overcome that right now. So we have, well, in just a second. So here we are. Here's our email. We have our logo, this main section, and then our different sections here. Looks awesome, and then we have our footer. So now we want to put our links. So let me move you over here. So you can see here, they're alt text. You can do alt text if you want. You don't need to necessarily. That's pretty much just going to show up if somebody's browser isn't showing the images. It'll show an alternative text like logo. It'll just say like logo. But you can add your different links here to each separate image. So this would be like my main site. This would be like to the product in the picture. This would be to this product. This link would be to this product, and so on. So now this gets to where we want to overcome we want to add some HTML to our email so that we are showing inbox providers, okay, there's actually text in this email. It's a mix of text and images, so we're not just like blasting a ton of emails to people. So we have our footer here, we have social links, and so we have that, and then we have this is actually HTML. This is what I mean by HTML. It's custom text inside of the platform. And so kind of to improve our deliverability, to prove we're not just doing a ton of images, we're going to add a bunch of HTML in our footer. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to drag a new text box here, and then we can add a bunch of text. So I'm just going to go to my website and take a bunch of text here. Can I even copy and paste this? Okay, I'm going to take this. You can get a free guide if you go to my site, but I'm just going to take some copy. So I just got the copy from my site. I can delete this and then just paste it, and then boom. Now I have a bunch of text. But this sucks. This doesn't look good. And so what we can do is let's make this very small, because nobody's going to be reading this, and I'll show you why. We can make this like 5, where it's super small. Let's change the line spacing so it's like, I don't know, 10. You can do that. And then even further, we're going to just change the text to be the exact same color as the background. So we make it white. And then boom. Look at that. Doesn't look too much out of place. If we want to cut out some of the copy, in this we can. Let's just delete can't even see this. Make it a little bit smaller, and then boom. Then that looks good. And then we have a ton of HTML. This is like a whole essay's worth, and nobody can see it. But in the eyes of the inbox provider, it's a ton of HTML data. And so that right there is going to overcome any of the issues that we could have. Everything's just right here, and we have this HTML, and then everything looks good. Trust me, I've sent thousands of emails. This has never been a problem. So if anybody does try to say it's a problem, they don't know what they're talking about. I consistently get 60% opens by doing this. And then you're all set. So it's always smart to preview your email in your inbox, so you can preview it, whatever it is, whatever your email is. You'll send a test email, and then you can check the links, make sure everything is good, everything looks good, and then you can go on to sending the email. So hopefully you found that helpful, and make sure you do that, and make sure you add some HTML, and you are good to go.